What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Coexisting with Rob and Maggie. It is Friday, December 1st. Want to welcome you for joining us, and I hope everyone's having a nice week. Maggie, how you doing?
Rob, it's December.
December.
Yeah, I hate this. I hate that it's December. I feel like it was December last year, yesterday.
Mhm.
Uh,
It
I'm,
seems like it, right?
yeah, I know, but like I went, because the other day I was like, oh my God, it's the 29th. Like this year is almost over. And then I started thinking about all the stuff that happened this year. And I'm like, yeah, like a lot of things happened this year. So why does it feel like it's been two months? Like
Yeah.
this is weird. Yeah. Everyone was like, well, that's your ears talking because like when you're over 30, that's how things are. And I'm like, well, I didn't agree to that.
Well, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I did not agree to that. I like this pisses me off. So yeah, it's kind of worrying, you know,
Yeah.
but hopefully we get a better 2024. But yeah, but like I feel like that's a story for another time because like Wordload like my comment, so like
Oh, he did?
yeah, he did.
Nice.
Uh I had to brag about that. But the important thing is that you guys are here. You're watching us live. Uh, what we would like you to do is please like the video, share the video, subscribe to Fightful Overbooked. Please, we are on the road to 15K. Subscribe to Fightful Overbooked. Subscribe to Fightful Select. It is the easiest $5 you're ever gonna spend in wrestling. Um, it's worth it. That's all I'm saying. It's worth it. Also, another thing that you can do is send us a super chat or a humper chat at humperchats.com. It's our Streamlabs platform who it makes us keep a little bit more of the money, the percentage. Or of course you can send super chat in the bottom of the live chat. It's the little dollar sign. We are gonna talk about what the hell we are gonna talk about. So
Yeah. It's been week, big week with Survivor Series last weekend, and
has
you know,
been.
just everything going on in the wrestling world. It's been a very interesting week with all the CM Punk talk. Fightful Selects had numerous stories on CM Punk. We've also um, just overall, just with CM Punk back in the mix, the news just keeps going. Different news and lots of interviews out there. So lots of information coming out like that we're starting to find out. And we're on, like you said earlier, we're on our way to um, like we're in December.
2024, which
Yeah,
which means Royal Rumble season is upon us. So
yeah, exactly. So lots going on. So glad you're here. We already have one super chat from our good friend Doc. He
two, we have two.
says, well, we actually got two. He says, here is Rob's commission for Prince Banana. Banana.
Yes, did you upload that photo on StreamYard so you can show it to people?
Yeah, I will. I did not yet though. And then
It's a brilliant photo.
our great friend Jackie Rodriguez says, jumping in with the super
Jackie,
chat
sweetie.
to say I love you and miss you both tons. Hope you are both doing amazing. I'm doing
We're
good.
doing amazing now that you're here.
Yeah. All
Now that
right.
you're here. We love you, sweetie. We miss you so much.
So Maggie,
Want to start talking about Punk or should we talk a bit more about Wardlow?
well, that's up to
Let's
you.
talk about Punk. No, let's talk about Punk. Let's get it out of the way.
All right. So I asked you already, like when we were talking, but tell everybody what was your reaction with Mr. Phillip Brooks returning to the WWE?
Well, I wake up Sunday morning and I'm making my coffee and I'm sitting in front of my television. This was so hilarious because I texted Rob and I was like, I hope this is worth it. I hope this is worth my time because it was 5:30 in the morning for me. And the only thing that Rob texted me back was, there were some nice matches.
Well, I didn't want to ruin anything.
There were some nice matches. I'm like, well, yeah, okay. And then everything happened. By the way, brilliant women's War Games match. Brilliant. Every year, ever since, is this the second or the third? This is the second year War Games has happened on
That's
the main
Survivor Series. Yeah.
Survivor Series. Yeah. Last year was the same. The women's War Games match in ring wise, it was so much better than the men's. The men's had, different, storytelling. It had story, but in ring wise, moves, wrestling, actual wrestling, the women's was better second year in a row. I'm so proud of the women. Every time, every year. So, the end of Survivor Series and everything, and the logo comes out on the bottom corner, and I'm like checking to see how much time is left until the end of the video, you
Yeah.
know, the, and I see that there's a lot of time left on the stream, and I'm like, I didn't even have time to say holy crap, and the music hit.
Yeah.
Started laughing my ass off so much. I could not hold myself back. And I'm like, this is hysterical. This is so hysterical. And I just texted Rob. I was laughing so much. He was like, oh, you have no idea, how much I wanted to say something. And I'm like, that's fine. That's okay. Like, don't. I appreciate you not spoiling everything, because like my reaction was legitimately real. And
Yeah.
yeah, so a lot of things to unpack here. Uh, the things I loved most was, you know, uh, a lot of people say that CM Punk was waving at Seth Rollins because he was, losing his mind in kayfabe, I'm sure. But what we didn't see was Punk was actually waving at Randy Orton in the
Yeah.
ring.
Yeah.
And Randy Orton was like, because he's another return that we got in Survivor Series. He took a chair. He took his time. The bastard. He sat in the chair and Pink was. It was
Yeah.
so it was so nice. I love that. I love that. What do you think about that?
Well,
Let's start with your thoughts, because I have a lot of things to say.
yeah, my thoughts were wow, but I also found out about 4 minutes before it was supposed to happen, so I was kind of I was
Did Sean spoil it for you?
no, it was somebody else.
Yeah, okay.
But it was about 4 minutes still, so I kind of was like, damn it, I shouldn't have picked up the phone, because usually like at the end what I'll do is I'll put my phone down, and I have a Twitter sound obviously, but this was a text message, so I'm not thinking that anybody's going to be sending me anything, so I just pick it up, and sure enough, it was a somebody telling me CM Punk was returning, and I was okay, cool. Like there was nothing I could do. It was just one of those things where I think I would have had a better, obviously, I would have had a better reaction if I wouldn't have known, but it was still
Of
good. I
course,
still
yeah.
loved it. I still
Mm.
loved it. I'm glad he's back. After talking to somebody on Wednesday, I realized, yeah, and now I'm going into Raw a little bit, but I realize like what's going on more with Punk, like as far as like that promo, and we'll get into that. But overall, I was surprised. Still, I was happy to see him there. I didn't think I would ever see him there, or back rather. So that's good. Like I know some people are calling him a hypocrite and stuff like that, but
I can understand that.
yeah, I can too. I get
I
it,
can
and
understand that.
the man's working now. So I mean,
Absolutely. That's that. That's all. I kind of feel like because we got that ridiculously amazing return 2 years ago, in
mhm.
2021 when he returned in the Staples Center. Was it Staples Center in Chicago at
No,
Rampage?
that's United Center.
United Center. Thank you. I suck when it comes to American buildings. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, that was kind of special.
Yeah.
It was kind of special. I was crying my eyes out because it was a different thing. He was coming back. I felt like that was the moment he was coming home, and by home I mean wrestling.
Yeah.
He came home to wrestling. Uh, he said so himself in that promo uh, that he did on Rampage that night when he returned. Um, it was, and then we got a return with him again, a collision after his injury and his timeout. And
Hmm.
now we got another return, but this time on WWE. It was a different kind of return for me.
Yeah.
It it wasn't as impactful as it was in 2021 because that was a different thing. This return for me was he's returning to WWE. That's a different thing because we never suspected, well, some of us suspected that eventually he will come back.
Yeah.
I ever since Cody went back to WWE, I thought that fucking everything is possible in wrestling now. Um yeah, so at the end of the day, I feel like this is the next thing that needs to happen. This is AJ Lee's book. Uh, Crazy is my superpower. I adore the woman. Please bring her back. You send out a tweet that went mini viral. Yeah, I'm proud of you for that. By the way, this. Yeah,
Yeah.
the only tweets of mine that go viral are thirst tweets. So like that's why I'm proud of you.
Hey, it's
uh,
thirst tweets work.
it's fine. Yeah, so actually the thing that has me way more excited right now about Punk being in WWE is the fact that, and I mentioned this on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, I am going to be fucking insufferable
Mhm.
when we're on the road to the Royal Rumble because of CM Punk and his obvious connection to AJ Lee. I
Yeah.
have been begging for a in-ring return from AJ Lee for years, ever since she went back in 2015. I've been begging her. Well, not her, directly, but like the wrestling gods or whatever. Please give me that. I want this. Like, I want AJ Lee back in the ring. She was the reason I got into women's wrestling because at the time it was nothing for me, but she made it for me. So I promise you, I will be insufferable.
Mhm.
Maggie, who do you think is gonna be number one? AJ Lee. Maggie, who do you think is gonna be number three? AJ Lee. Who's gonna win? Fucking AJ Lee. Everything AJ Lee. I don't care. I don't give a crap. I don't care if it's only for the Rumble. I don't care. I don't care. I just
Yeah.
want this woman to be back on my television. But
Oh, we got another
back to
super.
CM Punk.
Yeah, we got another super chat. Ryan Solomon says, "I'm driving, so don't say anything absurd." I wonder if he swerved when he. Um. Yeah. Chris sends us another super chat. Thank you, sir. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Punk is back in the WWE since when? Yeah,
Did you
man.
know?
All I do
Oh,
is
you
break
didn't
news.
know?
Rob Select or Fistful Select, whatever you guys want to call it. So
Can we just swerve through the entire show while we talk about Punk? I'm still
sure.
not over Swerve versus Hangman. I am still not over that. Hangman hasn't been on television for 2 weeks. I think he noticed that I'm in love with him right now, so he's avoiding me.
He's like, no, had enough
Yeah,
crazy
now
people.
fuck that.
I've had
Yeah,
enough crazy
so
people come in my house when I'm not there.
absolutely, absolutely. Whose house? So
Oh,
yeah, so uh back back to punk talk. I'm sorry.
yeah, just
um
it was great. Glad he's back. I know some people are not. Some people, I think Kevin Owens said it best. I hope he's there to work. Like, I mean, he says something obviously different, but he, if everything's good, cool. Like, that's what I want more than anything. I want a CM Punk that is not going to be a problem. I think everybody's like that. I want him to wrestle. I don't know how often we'll see him. Like, it's up in the air. I mean, we might see him do some house shows here and there because he does, from what I understand, enjoy doing those. From what Sean made it sound like, he does enjoy doing house shows. I don't see him
he
doing
just wants
like
to
the full
work.
tours. Yeah, he just wants to work. He likes it.
He just wants to work, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. I'm excited to see what they do. I mean, they're making it sound. There's been reports that he's going to start off with Rollins and then move on to Roman Reigns. My thing is, okay, if it's Roman Reigns that he moves on to, just you can't let him win the titles. This still needs to be Cody, in my opinion. So I would actually prefer him. We know, I think it's obvious Randy Orton's going to be feuding with Roman right off the bat because he's
Well,
going to
he
Smack.
did say bloodline. He did
Yeah.
say bloodline.
So
I'm looking forward to that also. But like when it comes to the actual words that were spoken out of Punk's mouth.
mhm.
So he did have was it 7 minutes of promo time?
7 to
No,
8. Yeah.
7 to 8. Yeah, okay. Like obviously, um Dominic and Randy ran a bit long. I mind that only because I got to see more of Dominic Mysterio.
Mhm.
So that's not that is not good. But here's the thing. Like a lot of people were upset that Punk's promo wasn't what they thought it would be. I think that it was a safe promo.
Yes.
It was a safe promo. Um, we got used to Punk in AEW when he got away with saying absolutely everything.
Mhm.
Um, that that being said, that's not necessarily a good thing from what we now know.
Yeah.
uh, I will never forget that press scrum. That is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Um, but the thing is, uh, everything that leads to Punk in AEW. Listen, do you know what I am? Like, do you remember that scene from The Flight Attendant when the little girl version of Kaylee Cuoco was running towards the plane crash? That is me. I'm attracted to chaos. Please give me all the chaos. I don't care. Like, I know it's wrestling. And speculations are running around that Punk actually has a clause in his contract in WWE that prevents him for basically he needs to be on his best behavior. I don't know if that's true or not. I would like it to be, because what I want is for Punk to be, the wrestler we all remembered him being.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if he doesn't, behave from a lack of better term, behave, you know, this is gonna be great. So there's one thing that he didn't mention and he didn't say in that promo, and that was sorry. He didn't apologize or anything. He just didn't. He didn't apologize for anything whatsoever. He just said that he's changed. Uh, when did that happen, first of all? And second of all, he said that he was home. I touched upon this in the beginning of our show. Um,
The thing that about that, the home thing, I get where a lot of people are coming from. Like it's hypocritical. That is exactly right. I understand. But the other thing too is wrestlers are gonna they're gonna they're gonna work. You know what I mean? They're gonna work the
of course,
crowd.
of course.
So the my thing is, and I don't like this term to use, but it's one of those terms that it is what it is. The way I look at it, the thing is he he wanted everything to work. Like he didn't ever want to leave WWE in 2014. It was the fact that he was being treated bad, and like I'm not saying everything had to be perfect, but let's be honest, he got screwed over. I mean, the guy was sick. He had a staph infection. I've had a staph infection. It's fucking brutal. Sorry for the F-bomb, but it is. I mean, I don't blame him for leaving. I wish that it wouldn't have been so bad and like it led to a lawsuit and everything like that. That's what got everything like even worse. I think he would have been back a long time ago, but that's neither here or there, because if there's no podcast with Colt Cabana, there's no lawsuits. Him and Colt Cabana are friends. It's just everything took a turn on that day. So it's one of those things where deep down, I don't think he ever wanted to leave. He just wanted things to be right. He wanted to be treated right. That was the thing. But I get it from WWE perspective. He was also a pain in the ass for them.
Yeah.
So I like, it goes both ways. I'm not saying I think in this case, I think both parties are to be blamed, because the one thing I like about CM Punk is he will say what he feels. Like he's
he's gonna say what he feels.
well, you know what I meant. But yeah, that's thanks. Yeah. But like he's gonna speak his truth.
Absolutely. You're absolutely correct. And the thing is that I 100% believe that everything that CM Punk says, he believes that he's right. I don't think that CM Punk has ever lied, ever, and everything that he says, he believes 100% that he's right. So the interesting thing here for me is that, what was he upset about when he was back in his first run in WWE? He was upset that he wasn't getting opportunities. He was upset that he wasn't getting the main events that he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Basically everything that Seth Rollins has been pretty vocal about right now.
Yeah.
So in Seth's perspective, Seth is past CM Punk, and CM Punk is past Brock, Rock, and everyone that was getting the main events that he wasn't.
Yeah.
So
I think it really bit him in the ass with the Miz. That's what the Miz
absolutely
getting
absolutely
title shot or
yes,
defending his title at Mania.
So the bottom line is, I feel like CM Punk kind of turned into into everything that he hated back in 2014, 2013. And that is not his fault. Like, the only thing that he's doing is trying to get what he thinks he deserves. And everyone should do that. Like, everyone's entitled to that. But he was in AEW for 2 years. He put over 2 people, and that's Darby and MJF. That was the 2 people he put over. Darby was 100% considered bigger after his match with Punk. I 100% believe that. MJF, he was always big for me, but he was put on the map after that dog collar match that he had That was the match.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, that's
The thing is, I've never viewed CM Punk as a team player.
well,
I
he
have
put
not.
over Ricky Starks too. I mean, technically Ricky cheated, but you know, that's
I
how they
don't think
worked
he
together.
did.
He grabbed the
I
ropes.
under. I no. I'm saying that I don't
Oh,
think he
gotcha.
put over Ricky Starks. Like that's all I'm saying.
Well,
um.
okay. Well, sorry. When you were saying that, I was thinking about like losses because I know he lost the title to um,
Moxley.
Moxley. So
No, no, no.
and
I'm not saying how many times he laid for
okay,
someone. I'm
gotcha.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying who did he elevate?
Sure. Okay, got you. I
Yeah,
understand.
that is all I'm saying. Uh, so the thing is, now that everything that emerged, we all know that Seth Rollins is not his biggest fan
Mhm.
whatsoever. He's not. And what they did at the end of Survivor Series was extremely, extremely smart because Seth's a professional. Like he had a lot of weird Twitter interactions, years ago with Osprey and whatnot. But like I like to think that that was back in the day when Becky Lynch had the best Twitter game in the business, and you can understand that Seth was trying to keep up. But like that's a different topic. Um, Seth's a professional, and I feel like he's only trying to work. The thing is, none of the WWE cameras showed Seth's reaction, and they left it to the WWE fans that were in the building to make to those videos emerge on social media. Kudos to that and to them, by the way. Also, all the flowers in the world for Corey Graves and Michael Cole for playing the roles of their lives, trying to hold back Seth Rollins because people are, oh my God, Michael Cole got out of his commentary table to pull back Seth Rollins. And I'm like, yeah, that needs to show you that this is the work. Because it's Michael Cole undefeated at WrestleMania, by the way. I'm not taking that lightly.
The new Undertaker.
Yes, the new Undertaker. That is it. It's not Bianca. It's Michael Cole undefeated. Um, so I don't know if they pull the trigger on Seth and Punk at this year's WrestleMania. Like I know that a lot of people are hoping to see a main event at night one of WrestleMania with Punk and Rollins. The thing is, and
Or
we
Punk in
discussed
Austin.
theory, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So the thing is, we talked about it in our DMs. If this happens, this means that we're not gonna get a women's main event 2 years in a row. Because I mentioned this, uh, I don't know when, but I mentioned that because of the tag titles this year main eventing night one, Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley wrestled to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good point. Uh, I love that match. It didn't get the recognition it deserved because of the importance of the two main events for WrestleMania. I understand that completely. But it's up to them to make a women's main event actually matter because people like to say, well, it shouldn't be a main event just because they need to have a women's main event. You can make a women's match be important enough and make us care about it in order for it to main event WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if I kind of, well, I don't really see it happening actually, but imagine, just imagine, uh, it's announced that Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley are main eventing night one of WrestleMania. and all of a sudden Punk comes out on Raw or SmackDown or whatever. I have no idea when, with a microphone in his hand, and says AJ Lee is a better wrestler than Becky Lynch, and then it happens.
Mhm. Yeah. So
AJ Lee is better than Becky, and then Seth Rollins flips out.
yeah. So I mean, the other thing too is the only way I can see the as of right now, I think CM Punk gets night one main event. I just think that's the way they're going to go. By no means does he deserve it yet, but that's just me. If I was to put money down, I would say he would probably get a night one Mania main event. If it's Stone Cold, he definitely is going to get it because that's one thing. Because
He
we already
can
know that Roman
definitely.
Reigns or whoever has that title is going to main event night two. So what I'm saying now is the only way, in my opinion, that I think we could get the women's main event possibly is if it's a 4 horsewomen match that people have been clamoring for forever. However, I still think Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, will be working some dates for AEW. However, things have changed, so it'll be interesting. I think so Sean always does percentages, and I think right now, honestly, I think it's 50-50 between WWE and AEW where Mercedes goes because
I feel like she goes back to she may do some dates for AEW, but I feel like she will come back to WWE because, and I kind of hope she does. Do you know why? Because look at the state of that women's division in AEW.
yeah,
Why
and
would she ever want to be there at all?
well,
Why?
and we'll talk about that here in a few minutes about like Britt Baker's tweet that I wanted to
We
bring up.
will.
So, but we've talked about Punk for 30 minutes now, so I think it's probably time we
I
move
have a
on.
lot more
Oh,
to say.
okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Jesus.
Jesus. So the thing is, people backstage reportedly, not all of them happy, most of them happy, most of them aren't happy. Like there, a lot of people have been vocal about that. I understand that, but and they have a point because like they've been punk's punk left the company in 2014, right?
Mhm.
So at the Royal Rumble. So they have been carrying, and I in this exact instant, I specifically mean Seth Rollins because I'm looking at this from Seth's point of view. I'm a big mark for Seth Rollins. If some of you haven't noticed, you know, um, so the guy has been putting that company on his back. Everything that he did, absolutely everything, and he still hasn't gotten the deserve the respect from the company that he thinks he deserves. Has he ever headlined WrestleMania apart from that time he cashed in on
No,
Roman?
no.
No, exactly. He's been champion. He's been carrying the company. He's been main eventing pay-per-views all around, apart from WrestleMania. He's never main evented WrestleMania, and he's been pretty vocal in a lot of buttload of interviews that he never thought that the company views him as the guy.
Yeah.
He's expressed this at numerous occasions.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me how this is not punk. They have so many things in common, and a lot of things not in common also, but like in this specific way of thinking.
Yeah.
My, how the tables have turned, how the turntables or whatever. um
Yeah.
So the thing with Stone Cold, I can obviously see him bringing back Broken Skull sessions, and then having the entire feud starting from Broken Skull sessions. I can absolutely see that happening because this is what everyone wants to see, right?
Yeah.
Newsflash, I don't. Like,
You don't want to see. Wait, hold on.
no,
You don't want to see
no,
Broken Skull
I
sessions
don't.
or what?
I don't want to see that match. The
Oh,
thing I
gotcha.
want to see, of course, the thing I want to see is them having promo battles. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see them fight. Like, are you kidding me? No.
Mhm.
Like, I wanted to see that 10 years ago, 15 years ago, probably. That's what I wanted to see that. I don't want to see that now. No, no. Kidding me? Um, the the funny thing is, whenever we get to Roman versus Punk, Paul Heyman on a pole match, Heyman on a pole match. That is what I want to see. I'm going to be incredibly interested to see what happens with Paul Heyman, because I see Paul Heyman turning his back on Roman Reigns and going back to CM Punk. I totally see that happening, and it's going to be entertaining as hell. But at the end of the day, what CM Punk wants is a clean slate. And the thing with the clean slate is that you need to respect the environment that you're in order to get that clean slate. Because the thing I hope that happened was him learning from all the experience that he had in AEW. I extremely hope that he did, because I don't think that he can ever be truly happy. I don't think that this is how CM Punk's mind works specifically. Um the thing I want to see is corporate Punk.
Yeah.
This is what I want to like. He finished that promo with the line, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." This is the exact thing I want, because the last time we saw him on WWE was when he got eliminated from the Rumble. Guess by who? By Corporate Kane. So, but what better way to? Yeah, I know. To can beat him, join him. The story writes itself. Okay, I'm not saying that they need to bring back Kane. Please don't. Um, that is it. We're gonna talk about Punk every week on our show from now on. Again, I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I'm kind of excited. I'm excited about everything, but like, remember why I'm excited? Because I enjoy the chaos. That's why I'm excited. Not because I'm excited to see what Punk does in WWE. Of course I am, but for all different reasons,
Yeah.
all the different reasons. So now we can move on.
Cool. All right.
Get in your super chat, guys. Hi.
So, without talking about Punk, overall thoughts on Survivor Series?
I adored the moment we talked about the women's War Games match. I am so happy that Io Sky, you know, did the dive thing with the bucket, the trash
Yeah.
bucket on her head. I was so glad that she did that. Throwback to NXT. Uh, I immensely enjoyed that. On our prediction show on Select before Survivor Series, I don't remember who said that. Was it Doc or was it Ryan? That they thought that she was gonna go for the move, and someone was gonna prevent her from doing that.
I don't
Um,
remember.
yeah, I don't. Someone mentioned this specifically. I'm glad that it didn't, because the main audience of the show that wasn't specifically restricted to NXT, they got to see that live. You know,
Yeah.
and I'm glad that it happened. I enjoyed Gunther and Miz not as much as I thought I would, but I I I had pretty big expectations from this. Miz is ridiculously awesome. Uh, Pun intended. Uh, he's good. He bumped like hell. This is something that we talked about on the pre-show and on our show the day before that. That's the reason why I think Miz is one of the goats. Absolutely. The thing I adored most is Becky and Charlotte being back together. Uh, I kind of felt like it was the part of, the kayfabe story,
Yeah.
but it actually isn't. They actually decided to revisit their friendship, and I'm so happy about that because I hate when my parents fight. It's I love them both to death. I hope that everything their friendship was on a different level, like they did, the cups and everything, and like they hugged, and they had a press conference with you, like next to one another, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed that so much, and they're
And they were
seeing how
smiling and
things work.
laughing, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, they did that. uh and I'm saying this while I connect my headphones because my battery is running low, so you can talk now.
Yeah. Thanks. Uh, yeah, it was a good show overall. The women's War Games match was great. I enjoyed Miz and Gunther. The Santos Escobar Dragon Lee match was pretty good. I mean, I knew who was going to win. I like we called. I think it was kind of weird that they pulled Carlito for this. That part kind of
Absolutely.
makes me wonder why. But overall, very good pay per view. I'd give it an A+. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I yeah, overall, the chants weren't bad. I mean, we heard them, but they weren't too bad for CM Punk. What I'm saying. So it was. I mean, it was pretty enjoyable, I thought. So we move on to Monday Night Raw. Randy Orton kicked off the show. He
He was kind of emotional.
yeah. Oh, you know what? Before we go on, we have 2 super chats, so let's read those on. Amber, our good friend Amber, says, "Happy Friday, friends. Thanks for being you." And I agree with Maggie. Excited about the chaos.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then,
excited about the chaos. Look at the little rainbow on my pen.
sure. Mike Peterson, another good friend of the show, says, "I need Santos and Dragon Lee matches every day."
Oh, absolutely. Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee. What a hidden banger. Hidden
Hmm.
banger. Like it the thing is, uh most people would not pay attention to matches that didn't have a correct build or any build whatsoever, because this match did not have any build uh at all. So those sorts of matches get looked over a lot. So I'm enjoying the fact that people are acknowledging that match because it was a hidden gem.
Yeah. Ryan says, "Tonight on SmackDown, we're getting Kerry Sane versus Bianca Belair." Nice.
That is
Uh,
something I want to see. We didn't talk about Randy Orton. What did you
yeah.
think of his return?
Oh, I loved it.
Uh,
I liked it.
yeah, it was such a wonderful thing. He like from the moment I saw him, and I was like, he looks drunk. He looks like a drunk uncle at Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. Like I don't care. But like he looks really weird. And then I put my finger on it and I was like, oh, he's happy.
Mm,
Because how weird is it that you see Randy Orton this emotional? Because he was always so cold
yeah.
and distant, the Viper, and like
Yeah.
that's where he gets it. And now he was all emotional because he's back. Like he's been gone for like how many
Year
fuck
and a half.
yeah, a long ass
Little,
time.
maybe a little over, but yeah.
Yeah, a long time, a year and 9 months. I don't care, 2 years. So uh of course he's gonna be so incredibly glad that he's back, because that crowd went nuts for the guy. I mean, Damian Priest was about to cash in via mommy. Uh, so he prevented that from happening. He did all the moves that he used to do before, like as if he was never away from the ring. It was so nice. And then he opened up Raw, and good on him, because
Yeah.
every one of us, each and every one of us, thought that CM Punk was opening that show, and I'm like, good on them for acknowledging Randy, because he was so overshadowed by Punk. So
Yeah.
incredibly overshadowed. Like, fuck everything that you guys did for the last 45 minutes. It means nothing because here's Punk. Um, so I'm glad that he got the time to,
Yep.
address the audience, address everything that he went through. I am glad that he's back. Right before he hit his pose, I cried a bit, and I've never cried for Randy. Like, I've never cared for Randy Orton. I don't know why. I was never that emotionally invested in anything that he does. I was emotionally invested when he was a part of the Authority. Because, and the only reason why was because I didn't like the guy. But
Mhm.
now, like, when I see a different, I liked him when he was teaming with Matt Riddle, because the thing I wanted to see was him turning his back on
Yeah.
Riddle and beating
Yeah.
him up.
Exactly.
That is what I wanted to see. But now Riddle's not there anymore. So yeah.
Yeah.
So everything that he did, I'm glad. The thing is, I'm so, by the way, there's one thing that Dominic Mysterio did amazingly good, was sell the shit out of that RKO.
Yeah.
I'm so glad, and that's one of the few things that Dominic Mysterio obviously can do. So I'm kudos to the guy.
Yeah. So, what did you think of the tag team turmoil match?
It was kind of weird. Um, I I don't understand what we're doing with DIY.
Yeah.
This is not. I feel, have they lost everything? I feel like no, they won, against Imperium, like that one time. It's right now. It seems like they put DIY back together just so they can job to people,
Yeah.
and I'm not happy about that. I am so happy that the Creed brothers are doing amazing on the main roster. I'm over the moon about that, because that tag team is uh is a diamond mine. There you go.
Yeah.
um I adore the guys, but I don't think the DIY need to be losing to the Creed brothers. That's all I'm saying. And those are two incredible babyface teams, and I still don't understand why. Because Imperium cost, yeah, the Imperium cost DIY one of the matches against the Creed brothers a couple of weeks ago, and the Creed brothers saw that happening on the Titantron when they were, you know showing highlights of the show, of the match. And the Creed brothers didn't, like, as if nothing happened. Like, that's all I'm saying. That's weird. I i want all good things to happen to the Creed brothers, um because at in the same tag team turmoil match, they beat both DIY and New Day. And from here on, if they don't put over the Creed brothers, they've sacrificed DIY, both DIY and the New Day, for nothing. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Now they have to put their money where their mouth is.
Yep. Yeah. Creed brothers had a showing out party. I love that.
They did.
Cody Rhodes entered the Royal Rumble. No surprise there. I think
Do you think he wins it?
I don't know.
Do you? Because it's like CM Punk's there now.
So what I'm thinking now is, because you got Randy Orton getting involved with the Bloodline, I could see Cody getting eventually involved because of legacy. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I think
Hmm.
that might be how. I think Cody gets in there by winning the Elimination Chamber. Is how I think Cody gets in there, because I
Okay.
I I think Gunther's going to win the Royal Rumble.
And he challenges who?
Seth.
At Mania.
Yeah.
So you don't think we're getting Punk and Seth at Mania?
No, we're getting Punk and Seth before that. I think it wouldn't surprise me if we get Punk and Rollins at Royal Rumble. And I could still see like Punk being in the Royal Rumble, but I mean, I'm not saying that. I have no idea. That's just me guessing. Because
Okay.
I think Rollins is WWE has a tendency to put over their guys over somebody that comes in like right away. You know, that's just the way they usually do it.
Oh, Seth should absolutely beat Punk.
Yeah. So
And that's I can see that as a test for CM Punk to be a team player.
yeah, we got some more super chats. Will Chisholm says it's going to hurt when they kick Bailey out of the faction, but I'm ready for babyface Bailey.
I've been ready for a babyface Bailey for a long time now because I wonder what babyface Bailey can do without the Bailey buddies.
Yeah. No, I liked how you did that. That's good. So the next we have another.
I
Super
wonder what I wonder what song Supi will put in the background of
chat.
me.
Who knows? He does really well with that, though. We both know that.
I know.
Chris Mueller says, "Can we just talk about Mummy?"
I wasn't happy about them giving Zoe Stark and Rhea Ripley so little time on Survivor Series. I I felt like they had way more of themselves to show,
Yeah.
and it would have been incredibly more entertaining if they were giving the time. I I think so.
So okay, Shinsuke was the guy that he was obviously talking, or Shinsuke was obviously talking about Cody Rhodes. It sounds like
Yeah,
now.
obviously.
Yeah.
Who?
So,
Okay, did anyone really think that he was talking about Cody? Because I didn't that did not even enter my mind.
so the room,
But I'm
like,
not that bright though.
I know everybody thought like maybe it was CM Punk. I get that. The way he was talking, it made it
No,
sound
I
like it.
didn't. I
Well, no,
hope that
I'm
it
just
was.
saying. I know people did because of the way he was talking, and then who wasn't there. You know, so that was my thing. Cody Rhodes, it made sense. There was also it. There was a percentage of me when I saw somebody run with it on Twitter. They were just guessing when the rumor people were throwing out the rumor of AJ Styles. My thing was like, well, AJ's on SmackDown, but we both know that doesn't really mean a damn thing at all. I mean, they can do what they want. But I actually preferred that. But Cody and Shinsuke will be good. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, but like Shinsuke Nakamura is not gonna win that match.
No, no, that's fine. I mean, he's
That's it.
yeah,
That's my issue here. Because what I want to see is Shinsuke being in whatever kind of feud that he would win. Because tell me the last time he won a feud.
Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Um, the Gable one.
Was that a feud?
Well, I consider it a feud because that's the only time we saw Shinsuke for a while, and we got him for a couple weeks. And I mean, it is what it is. Again, I mean, I hate saying that, but you know, he's on TV, so that's a good thing. Drew McIntyre interrupts Seth Rollins at the end, and that was because
Yeah,
of
Seth referenced Punk in his promo. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that hypocrite.
yeah,
The thing is that he let the entire audience chant for Punk. He let it all out, you know.
hmm
He said what he needed to say, and then he, continued. He
yeah,
did cut a promo on a house show on Sunday after Survivor Series. He did that. Um, so I appreciate him working. That is all I'm saying. Seth Rollins is an incredible professional. Um, yeah, so basically he agreed to give Jey Uso a championship match opportunity
yeah,
because like he deserved it and he helped the team get the victory at War Games. Drew McIntyre was upset about that. I don't know why. Like, no, I understand why he's upset, but with everything that he's shown us that he's actually that smart heel, but like people think he's a heel. I don't. I consider him being a smart man and justified man because everything that has said up until now has made every bit of sense.
Yeah.
Uh, yes, so I don't understand his actions now. This is weird to me now because you lost, every opportunity that you got against Seth. You lost at Survivor Series. The logical thing here is to go get a couple of wins, make yourself, climb that ladder or whatever, like grab the brass ring or whatever, and then come back with a championship opportunity match.
Yeah.
Like that's the logical thing here. But like he didn't say that because he didn't feel that because like it was, or was it the fact that it was Jay? Like was it
Well, it was the fact that it was
anyone but you, Jay?
yeah, for the most part, that's why he did it. He was
Yeah,
pissed that it was Jay because he beat Jay, and that, I mean, it made logical sense why he'd be pissed. It
yeah,
does.
he did beat
So
Jay. He did.
so I mean, it is. I didn't really care for that part of the booking, but I like how he turned, like how he headbutted Seth, and
Yeah,
they
he
set it
like
up, so that's good.
busted himself open. Of course, he was angry at Twitter at Randy Orton because Randy said, "Yeah, Jay, it's cool. I'm
Yeah,
fine with it," and he was like, "You gotta be freaking kidding me!"
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I adore that. By the way, he's incredibly pissed off that he's not on the Royal Rumble poster.
yep, that's what I was gonna bring up.
Neither is Kevin Owens, by
Nope,
the
Kevin
way.
Owens isn't on there either.
Yeah, might as well. That's the new tag team, okay? The Forgotten Sons. No,
Yeah,
don't.
I mean, our guy
No.
AJ Styles was on there, so I like
Yeah,
that.
AJ Styles is there. Like, there you are. Hi. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre are not on that poster, so this is incredibly interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
but um, yeah, I mean that's yeah, no Bailey either.
oh yeah, no Bailey.
So
Oh,
Bailey said she looked like AJ Styles. But yeah,
oh
I mean that
my!
was
I adore you, Pamela. I adore you.
so. Yeah, that was Raw.
Yes,
Now we go to our first Cooper effect here shortly.
we're gonna mention all of them.
Yeah, so here we go.
Yes.
Cooper effect.
Sorry, now I'm gonna have that melody in my head. Guys, babies. Babies are being born. Ty Bello and Sammy Guevara, both of them became parents. This week also did Alexa Bliss. On Jimi Hendrix's birthday, like that's like she said it herself on Twitter. We are so grateful. All our happy thoughts and best wishes and everything, all our love, we're sending towards the new families. We would like to mention also the fact that Serena Deeb has been officially cleared to get back in the ring after she talked about on her Instagram page that she suffered a multiple seizures
Mhm.
unprovoked. So first of all, I'm incredibly proud of her for going out and talking about this because I for sure am hell. I'm sure that this was not a easy topic to touch upon. I'm incredibly selfish here, and I'm so happy that I'm gonna see her back in the ring. Um, I've been wondering where she was, and this is a lesson for me and to all of the people that are wrestling fans. If you don't see your favorites on the screen, there's probably a reason for that. Like, it's not necessarily, oh, they have nothing for them, the bastards. No. Like, there's usually a reason for them not being on the air. Um, so these three amazing stories, and we are going to finish uh, the today's Cooper Effect with the fourth one, and this is about and it's about our wonderful friend Mel Coleman, which not only Rob met this past Wednesday while attending Dynamite. Her prints are officially on the AEW shop now, and they're for sale. You can go at AEW shop and you can purchase them. They are so amazing, and they're so wonderfully done. I'm just I have no words. I
Yeah,
just
they look
that
great.
they look absolutely fantastic. Please support Mel. She's busting her ass doing what she's doing, and she's so incredibly talented. And I and everyone watching at home got the privilege of watching her lovely face for 2 hours on Dynamite because she was right there. She was right there.
I was not. Like, I mean, I was farther away.
Yeah, you were farther away, but like she was right there. She sent me a couple of Wordlow pictures.
Oh, kinky. All right.
I know. So let's talk about Dynamite. Rob, you were
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Talk about Dynamite. Talk about your experience, please. You have the floor.
All right. The atmosphere was great. Crowd was into it. Great crowd. Minneapolis always has good crowds. We had one
Maybe
of
you guys should have shows more often.
Oh, you're telling me. I've been clamoring for them because it doesn't make. That's a whole different topic because Minneapolis. I follow, like a lot of people follow, WrestleTix on Twitter, and Minneapolis had really good ticket sales compared to other places. And AEW only came here once. I mean, it's. I don't know. It is what it is again, and I've said that 3 times now, and that pisses me off. But I don't get it. I mean, we don't even get other shows, but it's like, oh, sorry. Like, I get other people don't get shows going to their cities and towns as much either. So it's just one of those things where I don't get it, but I don't make those decisions. So, oh well. The atmosphere was great. Crowd loved it. We were pretty hot for everything. I don't know.
You guys
I
were
mean,
awesome. I adore the audience. You guys were there for everything.
yeah, there was so there was a part in the show where one of the, I guess, crew members, his name's Bob. Well, Justin Roberts like put him over, and the whole crowd started chanting Bob, Bob, Bob. And Brian Danielson came down and told everybody to stop it and cut a heel promo real quick, and it was great. And he said what he said was, he goes, "If you guys don't stop, I'm going to come out and slap every single one of you." And the whole crowd just cheered for it, for him to do that.
The kinky bastards.
Yeah. So it was good. It was really fun. I got to see Mel Coleman for a few minutes. Got to talk to her, hugged, all that fun stuff. And then my boy Will Washington, my guy, I got to talk to him. That was good. We miss that guy here at Fightful. That man is working. I can tell you that man is working. He, poor guy, looks so tired when I saw him.
Really? Oh my God.
He looked tired, but he might have been fine. He just looked tired. And but I was glad he took a few minutes away to come see me. He while we were talking, he got 2 or 3 text messages from Tony, and I'm like, you probably should go now. He's like, yeah, I better. And it was just one of those things where it's like, damn, that's weird, man. Just
How the hell is he tired? Because he doesn't have a job on BTE anymore. Like, how is he tired?
Yeah, I don't know, but it was good, and we got to talk for about 15 minutes, and
that's a lot of time considering just how busy he is.
Yeah, TV time and everything like that. But it was great. I appreciated him taking the time to do that. Great show. I mean, the crowd. I'm glad the crowd showed up. I mean, we didn't root for Vince McMahon this time, so that was a good thing.
Yeah, that you had a really crappy time being at a wrestling event the last time.
Yeah. The SmackDown that SmackDown, the one Vince got in trouble last summer, that was what made that bad. But Yeah, overall
Yeah.
great crowd. And I did want to cut down on two WWE pieces that we forgot to bring up. Mackenzie Mitchell got released today, NXT backstage reporter,
Yeah,
which shocked.
that's really this shocked me a lot because like you sent me the tweet and I was like her interactions with Wesley was one of my favorite things on NXT
Yeah,
television
yeah,
because the way they interacted with each other was incredibly wholesome for me. And now we don't get to see that and I'm kind of pissed off about it.
yeah. I mean, I don't get it either. So it's one of those things, and I don't know.
I don't understand. I hope that there's a legitimate reason behind that, but it's so crappy. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm gonna miss her. She was really
yeah.
great.
She was really good. And then there's another poster that released from the Royal Rumble that people are not talking about, and it's this one with Chelsea Green. she
That is the
she
most awesome thing on the internet today.
so she made her own poster.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it. She's awesome, man. She's so
Chelsea
good.
Green is one of the best assets in WWE right now.
Yes.
Worth every penny.
Yeah. Um
Yes. So
so
the thing is, one of the things that I wish that you experienced while being live on Dynamite was because you didn't get to hear Brian Danielson on commentary.
yeah.
You didn't get to hear that, and he was so incredible. And man, I just wish that guy was on commentary all the time. I don't know, because we will be getting matches for that on Collision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wish he would be on commentary right there with Nigel
Nigel?
McGuinness.
Yeah. Damn,
Yeah,
that'd be good.
I I wanna see that, more of that, please. Yeah, but like tell me what the atmosphere was when the MJF in ring promo happened. You know, with the guys attacking and everything.
Yeah, it was we were into it like just like every other crowd with MJF is. We were maybe a little bit louder. I can't tell by that aspect, but we were eating everything up that he was saying. The crowd was, and it was it was just really good. And then Samoa Joe, after MJF got attacked, Samoa Joe came out there, and then that was a good little back and forth between those two. And then after that promo ended, Samoa Joe stayed in the ring as they went to a commercial, I believe, and the crowd gave him a hell of a standing like appreciation, clapping, standing ovation for him because, like you saw in the promo when MJF brought that stuff up, like his past, we agreed with him, So it's one of those things where it was real solid. Like I loved it.
I still hated the fact that Samoa Joe wasn't the one to dethrone Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire.
Mhm.
That's such a stupid name for a pay-per-view. But uh that was a hell of a missed opportunity there. I wish that could happen. Um because everything the build towards that match was so great. Greater than anything that for me than anything that Samoa Joe was a part of in WWE apart from Wendy. But like he made that happen himself. Yeah, MJF did solid work here because he put over Samoa Joe greatly, and that's how you do it. Like because if you put down your opponent, then after you beat him, that means nothing for you
Yeah.
because like you've beaten a nobody, and if that nobody beats you, then you look even like even more off
Yeah.
if that ever happens. Um, so do you mind showing the picture, that I send you?
Yeah, I want to bring up like the promo time quick though. Like Britt
Hmm.
Baker tweeted out this tweet that night of AEW Dynamite. She says, "Tonight's AEW Dynamite, MJF live promo time 7 minutes, Christian Cage live promo time 10 minutes. All of 2023 AEW Dynamite, Britt Baker live promo time 0 minutes." That shocked me. Not the tweet, but like her saying no minutes, and I was like, wow, did she not like have
Really? She had no, because
like so? I think she's talking solo time, but I swear she's had backstage segments and stuff, but still, that's not the same. I know that. Like going out there and getting live promo time, I look at it that way. So it's
well, she's kind of right.
she is right.
Because like we've been talking about women's wrestling almost like 0% of the time when we're talking about AEW, because there's no women's wrestling in AEW. And that's the reason why I do not want Mercedes Moné to go to AEW, because all the women that choose to go to AEW are like, I'm going to make a change there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. And they thought that, and that's none of their fault.
Yeah.
Like it's like none of them are to blame. I don't know who to blame, but I sure as hell want to blame someone, because this is ridiculous at this point. I just like women's wrestling draws, okay? NXT has been putting over women every week. Women have been main eventing Raw and SmackDown and, pay-per-views. Women have been main eventing Ring of Honor. They've been main eventing Impact. This is happening, and now our boss gets to lose to a woman tomorrow. Like that's
He's gonna beat her ass. We both know it. He's gonna take Shaza down. He's gonna give her the paywall. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be glorious.
Shaza's gonna kick the crap out of Sean.
She doesn't have a shot in hell.
Jesus, we're not coexisting here.
No, I'm going with the person
Sean's
that pays me.
Humiliated. Humiliated.
I'm going with the person who pays me. Shaza doesn't pay me, so I'm going with the guy that pays me. You should too.
You fucker. No.
Hey, no.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah. So you wanted
you go, girl.
You go, girl. Well, before we go on, Soupy sends a super chat. Hype for Christian Copeland, Canada legend match. Yeah, you get to see it, man.
You get to see that.
It's awesome.
You get to see that. That's so awesome, because you got the tickets, right?
Yeah, Soupy? I believe he did.
Yeah, I believe he got the tickets. I'm so pumped up for this. So now, can you please put up the?
Here you go.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. So, I am the Wardlow expert here, right? We can safely.
Yeah, I thought I was, but yeah, that's okay. I'll let you have it this time.
Like that is not. So, there's a couple of things that are wrong in this picture. Like, first of all,
I didn't think you'd say that at all.
No, I'm legit here. I'm gonna go first of all with the most obvious thing, and that is that the dude that holding the bat, that's Wardlow's back.
Yeah,
like that is so Wardlow's back, and that is his butt. I have spent so much time staring at the guy. That is.
Good God, woman.
That is, I will not apologize for that. The day he likes my comment, I am not I'm not taking those words back.
No.
Yeah, that is Wardlow's back. That is my War Daddy's back. But the thing that is most weird in this photo, look how everyone's wearing boots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The person who is holding MJF's right arm.
Okay.
That dude is wearing the exact same wrestling boots that Wardlow wears every damn time.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, you can see it from a different angle, but those are Wardlow's boots. And it's not Wardlow that's wearing them. That is so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can legitimately see that.
What about this one?
The thing is, yeah, I enjoyed this one, but not okay. Like I'm gonna.
Maggie's gonna keep this photo.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not, if like not so many, okay? I just need Wardlow. Like that's not accurate.
Yeah. No, you're
That's
fine
not
being held
accurate.
back though. Like you're into that 5974 shades of gray, whatever. 50
Okay.
shades of gray. There we go.
Okay. That is fine.
I think
That
we
is
should
my
just keep
guilty
this up there.
pleasure movie. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
please, just you
Keep it
can
going.
remove it. Please,
Oh, you
no,
sure?
just remove. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I think we should
Yeah.
probably keep it there, but
I
whatever.
don't know. I don't.
Okay,
I
hold on.
think you should remove it.
Let me get it. Give me one
Yes,
second.
thank you. Uh you just
Sacrifice! 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 Sacrifice!
That was the wrong button. Oh, I am number one. Thank you. There we go. Got it.
Yeah,
There you go.
okay. So the thing is, right after that, Wardlow has a match against AR Fox, and he's oddly coming out with a messed up hair, as if
Yeah.
he just removed his a mask or a hat or whatever. Because Wardlow is widely known for wearing hats backstage, right? He has worn hats backstage, but that is not
I
the thing. So
I'm not a hold on. I'm not a Wardlow historian, so I can't say. I have no idea if he wears hats backstage. So
backwards hats,
okay.
like the time that he choked out MJF, he was wearing a hat.
Well, like I talked to his brother Rob Lowe a lot, but not Wardlow, so I just don't know much about him.
Yeah. So this like listen to the problem that I have here. So Wardlow says that he hates MJF every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says that he's coming from him for MJF, right? Wish he was
Yeah,
coming from
go
him.
ahead.
Like
I was going there too. It's not the only one that
Yeah.
sounds like.
But here's my problem, and I've been talking about this on our show a lot.
Go ahead.
Okay, would you just please let me
Yeah, go ahead. I'm perverted. That's all.
Yeah, I know. So Wardlow knows where MJF works. They both work at the same place, right? Like
Yes.
they're not on two different shows, one on Dynamite and one on Collision. They can be both on whatever show they want, okay? I have a huge problem with him just not picking him up and beating his ass. He confronted him and like choked him on a wall, but like I'm not gonna count that because who wouldn't want that, right? Being choked by Wardlow, like who wouldn't want that?
I mean, yeah, you would, but I mean, yeah, anybody else probably not.
No.
Yeah, but
Everyone
you're calling him daddy while he's doing it, so it's okay.
Sure. So he didn't lay a hand on him. He didn't punch him. He didn't beat him up. Is this weird to you? Because it's weird to me.
Not really.
Really? You don't have a and okay, how is this logical?
Like why he's not be doing I don't know. Like from that point, I could just see it be they're trying to set it up more. Or Wardlow's just trying to.
I mean, what is Wardlow's logic? I'm not talking about AEW's logic.
Yeah.
What is Wardlow's logic?
Yeah, then I couldn't tell you. I don't. Then it doesn't make sense.
Because he's an incredibly physical guy. Okay.
Fightful has learned. Yes.
Yes, I'm reporting. The Wardlow is incredibly physical. In his point of view, why not just beat the guy? What? I'm just asking a simple question.
He did. So CB says Wardlow did say he will beat up MJF and take everything from him on his own time. So maybe that's it.
I'm not buying that.
Okay.
I'm just. What if MJF's the devil and Wardlow's one of the guys?
Yeah, be interesting. But why the hell they beat on him?
Did they?
Well, they punched him and stuff. Like
punched him
punch
and stuff.
kick. Well, punch kick. You know, like they knocked him down and they were gonna maybe hit him, but Samoa Joe got in there.
Yeah, but like that's it. Because like they beat up Jay White, they beat up the Acclaimed.
Yeah, I guess this is true. Like they didn't really do much to him, so maybe it's
Yeah, they didn't really beat him up. Like
yeah. So
when?
maybe
When did
that's
they
just
beat
part
him
of the
up?
just when the lights went out and but
When
she's
the
right.
lights came on?
That they didn't do much and that could have been planned. It's like, hey, I want you to do this. Let's get him in the ring. Something
The
like that.
weird
I
thing
don't
was last week when the Cole and MJF were in the ring. Cole obviously got a clicker out of his pocket. That was so weird because before the lights went out and the devil got on the Titantron, he got a clicker out of his pants. That was so weird. That was we were obviously meant to see that. Obviously meant to see that.
Mm.
So that's really interesting, and I can see because of that tweet that you showed from Britt Baker. I can see Britt Baker being a part of that also.
Oh, that's a good point. Didn't think of it that way. Note to self. Good call. So we had the Continental Classic go on still. So we had a really good match, I think, between Moxley and was it Jay Lethal? Yeah, Jay Lethal. Really solid match. I enjoyed it. Crowd was into it. What do you think of it?
I first of all, I'm really because our friend Chris Mueller interviewed John Moxley today. I'm really looking forward to reading that interview because I'm so incredibly fascinated by John Moxley.
Mhm.
I want to read his autobiography so much, Mox,
Yeah,
uh, because that dude absolutely fascinates me. Like he's not my favorite wrestler, but like the person that is John Moxley fascinates me so much because like he's a different type of animal. Like he just wants punch people and bleed all the time and just have a blast and then go home and spend time with his wife and his family. Oh
yeah,
wait, they're not married. Are they married? Yeah, they're
yeah.
married.
They're
Yeah.
married. Yep.
Yeah, sure. And that's because I can never, because he's a family man. How
Yeah.
can
Remember,
you?
if Renee's in a different room, he'll email her and see if they want to have fun. If you know what I mean. Remember that story?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Just he's so weird and like in a good way weird.
Yeah.
And I feel like MJF. I'm sorry. I mean, I feel like John Moxley has been the best asset that AEW has had from the get go.
Yep.
The best asset. Um, his put the company on his back.
Hmm.
Every time that they needed him, he was there. And let's not forget that he overcome a lot of crap,
Yeah.
like not only throughout his career, but like he quit drinking, and
Yeah. That's
that's
tough.
a like that's tough. That's a big thing. And he confronted himself. He was man enough to go in the ring, and talk about it. Not many people will do that, and not many people want to do that, but
Yeah.
he did. He's so special. I feel like he's one of AEW's biggest treasures, and I adore the man. And that's why I'm looking forward to
Chris's story. Yeah.
Chris. Chris is a special guy himself, and so two special people in the same place. That's always a wonderful thing. But yeah, it's whoever beats Moxley will be a big person here.
Yeah. Yep.
Because Orange Cassidy beat him again.
Hmm.
So I kind of feel like Orange Cassidy has been put on the map.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I think they made him a star at Full Gear rather. So yeah, and I think Swerve's the next guy that just got. I think Swerve wins this whole thing. That, by the way. But before we go into that
After
match,
that death match, I hope that they give
yeah,
him everything. Yeah.
yeah. So we had that match. Moxley going over Jay Lethal. So he moves. He now has 6 points. Then we had the next one was Mark Briscoe versus geez, I already forgot who it was. Who did Mark Briscoe wrestle? Or Jay
On
Briscoe?
Dynamite?
Yeah. Was Jesus? I'm like losing my mind right now. Yeah,
Mark
on Dynamite.
Briscoe.
Yeah, I know. I said Jay, I think, the second time. So I'm like, who's alive in him? Like, I'm not, because I can't talk. But
Well, Swerve was defeated Jay White.
yes, somebody in chat will help me here. Roosh, thank you. God, that was I loved it too, because Roosh is somebody that I absolutely was ecstatic to see again, because at Full Gear, when I got not Full Gear, at AEW Quake by the Lake last year, it wasn't that long of a match that he was in, and it was a tag match, and I think Ray Phoenix got hurt, so the match got cut a little bit, so I didn't get to see him wrestle much. So, but I was a big fan of being able to see Roosh and that match, and
Incredible match. Both the Ring of Honor originals. That was quite of a throwback. I enjoyed that.
Like, I feel dumb that I forgot who it was, because I was just there. So it's like, I'm like, who the hell did I watch wrestle? So,
Rob, I couldn't remember if I. No, I'm not going to say that. Moving on.
Okay. Wow.
Just moving. Believe me.
Okay. So we saw Top Flight return.
I was so excited about that, because in their home state,
Yeah.
I'm so incredibly happy about that. And I was like, oh my God, Rob's there. And because like you've always adored Top Flight. Top Flight are your boys, right?
They are my guys. I watched Dante since like almost I think his second match. I saw his second match ever, and I've been watching the guy forever. And I remember telling it, like, it's not like a pat on my back, but I remember telling him, like, you're gonna make it, man. Like, people love you. You're fucking crazy, you know. So I never, like, him and Darius. Just they're both good guys. Both have great heads on their shoulders. They're just good people. So that's why I'm rooting for them, because they're incredibly nice people. But yeah, it was great to see him. Great to see Dante get that cheer, that both of them. I mean, Top Flight, even Action Andretti, they cheered him on too. I mean, those were our guys, and I'm glad they went over, because I was kind of nervous about them going over, like them and the Hardys. That was a dream match for those guys. Like, being in the ring with Jeff and Matt Hardy was a dream match for them. So I'm so happy for those guys.
I'm ecstatic that they're back, and hopefully now, can they please get a break, catch a break? I'm please, like that is it. That is it. No more bad stuff happening. Okay, like that's an agreement. Okay, like please, nothing bad ever happens, and might as well Action and Ready becoming an official part of Top Flight. Okay, those three guys as a trio. Money.
Yeah, exactly. Then we had the main event, or we had Christian and Adam Copeland's segment. That went on forever, because we knew what was going to happen.
We knew what was going to happen. It was so great. I adore, like, Christian Cage has been so much gold ever since he turned heel. Please give me more of that. And I'm sure that you are going to agree with everything I said, because I'm sure that you're thinking about that as well. Next week, Christian Cage will beat Adam Copeland with the help of Nick Wayne's mother.
Oh, okay.
Who will interfere in the match, and she's going to beat up, and she will cost Adam Copeland the match, because he was the one who did the concerto on her son in front of her eyes,
on her baby boy. Yeah.
Yes. And then at the end of the show, she's gonna have a hardcore making out session with Christian in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. You know, the other thing
Sports
too,
entertainment, give it to me.
Yeah. The other thing too that I really enjoyed about this show was Julia. that crowd, another person from Minnesota that we just went nuts for. Her and Emi Sakura. Emi was nobody liked Emi that night. It was
Julia Hart gets it.
Yeah. There was one
She
part,
just gets it.
and I'm curious. I haven't watched Dynamite. I will watch it because
Please do.
And I want to know how the match ended, because it looked like, I know who won, but it looked like when
well, Emi Sakura had to actually roll a bit out of the it. You can tell that she tried to roll out of the corner just so Julia can land on top of her. I understand what you're referring to. It was a bit weird because when Julia was pulling her into the corner, and I was like, that's your own move. You should know that you will never hit her that close. Like, she was legitimately right there. And Emi Sakura had to roll a bit.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you just how big of a ring general Emi Sakura is.
Yeah, it was solid. And then we had the main event. Absolutely love that match. Everything about it. It was the first time I ever got to see Jay White wrestle. So that made me very happy. Swerve. I mean, that was obviously a Swerve crowd. Obviously, there was one part in the show where some dumbass fan was grabbing on to Jay White. I was really hoping security would have knocked him out of the show, or kicked him out of the show, or knocked him out. That's fine too. But they didn't. But that match was fun.
I saw that.
Yeah, that match was a blast. And
Swerve is so ridiculously over.
Yeah, exactly.
At what point do you think Hangman comes back and costs him a match?
I don't know. I really don't. I could see them moving on now, but maybe not.
I'm biased. I just want to see that match again.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be soon.
Yeah.
All I'm saying.
No, exactly. But yeah, we got one more. That was Dynamite. I was going to show this for Chris. Prince Banana, as he wanted.
Banana.
And this was me and Will at Dynamite, and me and Mel at Dynamite. So there you go. Let's go to our last Cooper effect here. Dun, 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 dun.
Which one?
Well, we were going to talk more about Serena Deeb, weren't we? Or was that it? Because otherwise, that's fine. I know we didn't. It seemed like we didn't talk about her much. That's all. Maybe I just didn't. But
well, you can talk about it if you want.
On-air production meeting right now, I guess. No. Anyways, like her Instagram post, very moving, very emotional. I'm so happy that she's got cleared. That's fantastic news. I can't wait to see her back in the ring. But I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, because a lot of people had no idea what was going on. That's the thing about wrestling fans. They like to speculate. They were saying she's getting like, oh, they can't find anything for her, blah, blah, blah. She's not happy. I remember hearing people say that she was not happy at all. That's obviously crap, so
yes, exactly.
I'm glad she got cleared. I can't wait to see what she does in the ring. Because we know she's a badass. Like, that's just wow. So I'm happy for her. I'm happy she got cleared. So can't wait to see her back in the ring. Maggie, plug your shit.
First of all, you can read the last super chat
we got from
Chris.
Thank you. Dante's injury shouldn't have been replayed on TV. Absolutely.
Yes, thank you. Because like commentary was like, don't look at the screen if you have sensitive heart, and I'm like, yeah, I do, but like now I'm going to, because you told me not to.
The crowd. You want to talk about the crowd, like the crowd, and just like, oh, like at one time, just all of them like,
like if you show it once, fine. That is fine. But like they replayed it
Yeah.
5,000 times. I'm like, that's you know what that is, Rob? That's unnecessary.
Yeah, that's
That was
disgusting.
just unnecessary. I'm sure that Dante was not thrilled to watch that, although like that's a coping mechanism at this point.
Yeah.
I gather. So guys, hi. You can follow me on X, Twitter, or whatever at Maggie_IK and on Instagram at Maggie.IK. Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, you can follow me at Rob Wilkins on X or Twitter. You can follow me at Fight for Rob on Instagram. Otherwise, I'm also on Threads at Fight for Rob. Want to say thank you for tuning in today. We had a fun show, hour and a half, or a little over hour and a half. We had fun. We talked Survivor Series. And next week, we'll give you predictions for Ring of... No, not next week. Wait, doesn't Impact have a show next week? I can't remember. When is their pay-per-view? Is it next week?
Like I don't remember, Rob. I
We'll
don't
find
know
out.
if yeah, like
We will find out right now. I'm checking.
I
So
just
yeah,
want to sleep.
resolutions. Final
Resolution.
resolutions next week. So we'll give our predictions for that. And then the week after that, we have Ring of Honor Final Battle. And we'll be ready to rock and roll. So
Final battle has always been like at the end of at our last episode. If we don't have anything newsworthy to talk about, we will talk about our matches of the year.
yeah,
Mhm.
faux show. But yeah, guys, I want to say thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Follow
We
us.
are coming next to closer and closer to our 2-year anniversary.
2
Rob.
weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks, not our next show, but the show after that will
Yep.
be our official 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, we did it. They said it couldn't be done. And when I say no, they said, yeah, you know what? I'm done. It's my first day. Guys, we will talk to you next week. It was fun. Do us a favor, hit that like button for us. That goes a long ways. And if you just come across YouTube, next time you open up YouTube, leave a comment for us. It goes a long ways for us too. So
Leaving comments under our podcast after it's done, it means a lot and it helps us a lot. So
Yeah.
we would appreciate it greatly if you leave a comment after the show every time. Thank you for all of you that do.
yes, faux show. I've said that again now. All right, guys, we will talk to you later. Have a good one. Peace.